to Monday Night Sports Talk on News Talk New England, presented by M&T Bank, alongside Tiffany Williams and DJ Harding, joining us from our nation's capital city, Washington, D.C., on the campus of Howard University. I'm Stephen Err, and we are not alone tonight. We have a couple special guests. We'll start tonight's show with North High School's head basketball coach, Alan Pettway. How are you tonight, sir? And thank you for joining us, by the way.
Thank you for having me. Well, thank you.
So I do have the scores here from the game. We were talking about this, we know you guys won the championship last year, D1 state championship. I believe that was at the campus of UMass Lowell, that the Zonga Center, the championship game was. And now we look at your schedule here. You guys are 15-0 on the season. And you guys aren't just winning these games. You are blowing teams out. Here's just a couple examples here for you folks at home. You guys played at Burncoat on January 5th. Beat them by 28 points, 69-41. At South on the 9th, beat them 65-38. Here's the one against Burncoat on the 17th. You beat them 87-40. That, folks, is a 47-point victory. Coach Pettway, what is the key to success for this team?
Defense, man. We work every day in practice. We probably spend an hour or so on defensive drills and 5-on-4, 4-on-3. So we stress defense, and that's how that's how you're gonna win games. That's how you're gonna win championships. We seem to struggle in the first half of all of our games for whatever reason, but in the second half, they seem to put it in a third gear, and we end up getting steals and out in transition and getting easy buckets. So the key is we just work hard on defense. We try to hold our opponents to, 40 or under, and we pretty much have been doing that. I think average opponent is scoring maybe 43 points on us. So our guys are doing a really good job, and we remind them that in every time out. Listen, they're at 20. Our goal is to keep them at 40, no more than 45 points, 50 points a game, and we'll have a chance to win most of those games.
Coach, I got to ask you, I see that flashy ring on your hand there. State champions for last year. Talk to me about the celebrity appeal that you've had this past off season, and I've seen you all over Worcester, all over the state.
Yeah, being the first public school to win a Division I state title, a lot of interviews, a lot of meetings, a lot of talking to people comes with that. So at the end of the day, it's all about our kids and Worcester community. So for this to be the first one in the history of the public schools. You know what? Our kids are pretty excited about it, and just to see the joy in the community and the accolades the team is getting for their accomplishments is just really a nice thing to see.
Talk to me a little bit. I remember years ago, Charles Brace was the coach of North High School's basketball team. You had DeMar Langford, Kasim Hargrove, guys like that. You just had the alumni game. Did any of those guys show up?
No, the alumni game actually is coming up.
It's coming
on
okay.
the 24th of February. I think this first time I'm doing it. I don't know if it's ever been done. So, but just the response for this is been amazing. Right now, I thought we'd have usually you have 2 teams. We got about 4 teams right now. So I'm pretty excited about that, and just hopefully we can build on that and just get a lot of the alums who I didn't even know were still in the area back involved with the program. So pretty excited about that.
The last team I remember that made it to the state championship was those guys there, Rashad Minor and those guys. What was that? Stephen kind of brought it up, but what was the secret to the success last year because you basically turned this program around at North High School.
Yeah, just basically trying to get the kids to buy in and, not to worry about individual accolades, to make it about the team and not themselves. And when you have a talented team like that, sometimes it's really hard to gel those kids together because, they have their own agenda, but, they bought into it. Most of those guys grew up playing together, so they bought into it and they understand what the goal was to be the first ones to do this, and they came together and they achieved that goal.
During the off season, you lost one of your students to gun violence at Salem State University.
Yeah, Carl. He's
Carl. I see the button that you're wearing. That hit you guys really, really hard there. How did you guys regroup after that?
We just, we came together and just said we're gonna, dedicate our season on memory of him, and that's what he would want us to do. If he was, if he's looking down on us, he would tell us just to go out and, to play hard and smile. So, it's still hard to believe that he's gone because he's such a great kid and he had such a great future ahead of him. So we wear these pins, and we have his number on our jersey. So we're just going to dedicate our season in memory of him, and hopefully we can make him proud at the end of the season.
DJ Steven?
Coach, I just wanted to quickly ask you, I mean, you guys are on top 4 right now. How do you keep your guys motivated?
I just tell them that, last year's championship is over. We have a lot of people that want what you have, and you can't be content. As soon as you get content, then somebody's going to take that away from you. So I just try to remind them that last year is over and this is a new year, and we haven't accomplished anything this year. We're 15-0, but, at any day you decide you don't want to play, that can be taken away from you. So I just try to, remind them every day that, they got to continue to work hard, because the first one, yeah, that was great, but this one's going to be a lot harder than that first one. So far they're doing their part right now. We've won every game by 20 plus points. So, and now we got 2 weeks off. We don't play again till the 9th, which, a lot of kids have been sick, and, we're trying to recover. So hopefully their legs will get back under them, and we're going to go back to practice tomorrow, and we had today off from school. So I actually gave them the weekend off. So we're going to go back tomorrow, go back to the drawing board, a lot of running, working on defense, and just, we only got a couple weeks left trying to get them hungry for another run at second state title possibly.
And then I want to follow up, because I know also during the offseason you had a couple kids go prep, like Tiger Ballas or Talon Pettway. So my question for you is, like, how do you replace guys like that? I mean, because we know how Talon was like the number one scorer on that offense last year.
Yeah, I was, as Belichick would say, next man up. But yeah, Talon and Ty was a big loss. Was just concerned about, who was going to step into that role. But we have Amir Jenkins, who's, a point guard as well, and he's slid into that role very nicely. So we're going to go as far as he takes us. And right now he's having a remarkable year. So if he continues to play the way he's playing, as the rest of the guys, we're going to be a tough out. So we'll see what happens.
Coach Pettway joining us here on Monday Night Sports Talk, presented by M&T Bank on News Talk New England. Coach, I wanted to talk about something. You said you guys hadn't accomplished anything yet, but I believe you actually did accomplish something. You played in the Hoop Hall Classic earlier this year out in Springfield College. Talk to us a little about that experience.
What I mean by not accomplishing anything is meaning the state title. But yeah, we went to Florida. We did well out there. Played in the Hoop Hall Classic and beat a really good Windsor high school team out of Connecticut. Ken Smith, who's been there when I was in high school. Him and my high school coach, are really good friends. So really good program. So we beat them, and then we played in the BABC tournament in Boston. We did well out there as well. Then we played in a Martin Luther King tournament at Emmanuel College, did well there as well. So we played a lot of good competition from just not, Massachusetts, from Florida, Connecticut, Springfield, so Boston. So I think we're pretty, we're pretty battle tested. And so I think we had a pretty good shot at, possibly doing this again.
Coach, you're a Bridgeport kid just like me. Warren Hard in high school. What brought a Bridgeport kid to Worcester?
God. No, my college coach, who's now college assistant at UConn under Dan Hurley, recruited me when I was in high school. So he recruited me very hard, and at the time it was the only option I had. So I took that opportunity and made the best out of it. And Worcester's been really, really good to me. So I consider this home. This is home because I've been here longer than Bridgeport, but Bridgeport's where it started. And Worcester's basically treated me pretty good. So I'm happy I landed here.
Now, I'm not from Worcester. I've only been here a couple of years, and I understand that there are like 7 different high schools here in Worcester, but it seems like there's a rivalry between North and South, and you guys are currently 2-0 against South, so what does that mean to you and to this team?
The best rivalry, actually, if you ever went to a North versus Burncoat game, and his brother, his twin brother, I believe they would call him, they were both coaches, and the energy between the two games, I mean, two teams was electric.
Yeah, that's just the competitive nature between me and him. But yeah, I don't know where this South-North rivalry came from, but when I got into coaching, I know the kids all know each other, and some of those guys are friends. It just, I don't know who started, but yeah, it's become a pretty good rivalry. But I didn't even know it was a rivalry, but it seems like it's taken a life of its own. So, and we've done pretty well in the inter high in the last 3 years. I don't think we've lost a game in inter high in 3 years. I think we're like 18-0 in 3 years, so which is pretty impressive because the inter high is pretty competitive and all the kids know each other. So to not have lost a game in 3 years in inter high is pretty impressive. So and that's why I say we got to stay humble and keep working because teams are going to continue to come after us. So.
I gotta ask, they say South versus North, but what about Maine South versus North? Coach Ojeda, what does it feel like to really claw into them and beat that team? And I gotta ask you because DJ used to play on that team too.
Yeah, well, that's not really a rivalry. They're playing a different league than us, so Maine South is in the high, but that's never been a rivalry. Even though I know Louis Ojeda, but that's never been a rivalry.
Yeah.
Yo,
DJ?
we're not in the same division. You can't compare schools like that. That's not fair. You should ask about Dory, because that's another program. That's a program that I see good games at the point where they don't even have the games in Dory's gym no more because they have some crap. So if you're going to put a rivalry out there, I think it's Dory versus North first.
Well, I would think that's more of a rivalry than South. But I would say, Doherty, I would say more so, but they're both rivalries, I guess. And you're right, DJ. Doherty's getting a new school, so we actually had to play. We played our both games at North because, the fan base, it was just too many people for the Doherty gym. So Doherty actually agreed to play their home game at North because they want to give, fans an opportunity to be able to see the game in person. So they actually decided to move the game to North, and we had a pretty good crowd. The first game we played this year at home, it was sold out. We couldn't even let anyone else in the gym. So second was just as crowded. So that seems like a pretty good rivalry in my eyes.
Well, if we don't have more questions, I will let everybody know that there are 2 more games left on the North High schedule. They play St. John's as Coach mentioned, they're off till February 9th. They will face St. John's. I believe they're out of Shrewsbury. Yep. And then they will face Wesley. Now, I'm not sure if that's Wesley Hills, Farms, or Square. It's on February 15th, the regular season finale. But, Coach, last question for me. What's it going to take for this team to repeat as state champions?
Well, we have actually 4 games left because the Central Mass tournament. So we have St. John's, and then we have Wellesley on senior night, and Brad Stevens from the Celtics, his son plays on Wellesley. So we'll play them on senior night, and then the Central Mass tournament. Hopefully we can win all of those and win out, and then we have an undefeated regular season. But now the real game starts. What's it going to take is, if we continue to play defense and we stay together as a team, as I've told them numerous times, we will have a good chance of doing it. I believe we're the best team in the state, but that doesn't always mean the best team is going to win. So we got to stay humble, we got to stay together, and we got to continue to work harder actually. So these next couple of weeks, this next month or so, we have to really dig down and work harder and work on some of the things that we need to work on to get prepared for the state tournament run.
And you guys actually went down to Florida too, I saw, for a tournament down there.
We went last year and we went this year. Last year when we went, that's when I realized we had a really good team. And when we came back to Mass, we didn't lose a game in Massachusetts. We went 23-0. This year, I said, let's go back down again. We went down. We actually won our first game. The second game, the team that we were supposed to play refused to play us. They said, we're not playing this team. So there was a team from the area, Florida, somewhere down there, that another team refused to play them. And so we said we would play them. And, they have some big guys, 6'10", 6'9", 6'8". They're like grown men. So I said we would play them. So we played them, and we actually beat them. We beat them by 16. That's when I said we got a pretty good team here, and so far so good. We, record says it all up to this point. So hopefully we can continue that and bring another state championship to the 508.
Growing up, was there any one particular basketball player that you looked up to that you?
I would say my cousin, who's like my brother. He's the one that actually got me started. I initially started playing football. That was my first sport. But then I saw my cousin playing basketball one day at a rec league, and I found that sport to be very interesting, and I picked it up, and I never put it down. So I would say my cousin is the reason why I actually started playing this game. So I say I look up to him because I enjoy watching him play.
I got to ask you, being from Bridgeport, were you a Knicks, Nets, or a Celtics fan?
I was a Philly fan.
A Philly fan?
Dr. J, I was a Philly fan.
And Jose's from Philadelphia.
And Jose already knows that. Never Knicks. I hated the Knicks, actually. I hated them. I used to make fun of them. So, yeah, Philly with Maurice Cheeks and Dr. J. Philly was my team. Moses Malone, Charles Barkley. So, yeah, Philly was my favorite team.
Nice. Is there any motto that you live by in life? Any one quote or motto?
Just be a good person, be humble, work hard, treat people as you would want to be treated, and good things will happen.
I got to ask you, Coach, the Celtics, keep your coaching hat on right now. The NBA trade deadline's going to be coming up soon. Is there anything you would trade, anything you would do with the Celtics?
No, I think they have every piece they need in order to win a NBA championship. They're the best team in NBA right now. They have the best record. They have all the pieces. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum's been there long enough. They've had their ups and downs, and I think it's now time for them to deliver. They have every piece, I think, to win the whole thing.
Do you think Derek White is going to be selected for the All-Star game?
You're going to take 3 from the South. Will he get picked? I like him. I'm going to say yes. I could be wrong, but I'm going to say yes.
Okay. There's actually a place in Boston. It's called Kane's Donuts. We were supposed to have some donuts here for you guys tonight, but because of the storm, we weren't able to get out there. But they have the,
and I love donuts too, man.
They have the Derek White Boston cream donuts.
Oh, man.
So shout out to Kane's. Next week we'll have them on the show. Who are you going for in the Super Bowl?
No one. They're not the Patriots, so I don't like anyone, and I don't care. 49ers.
49ers.
I want 49ers to win. I don't want to see Casey win.
Nice.
49ers.
Nice. All right. We're going to go to a break. Thank you, Coach, for being on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
And
Coach Alan Pettway, 15-0, North High Polar Bears. Again, thank you, Coach, for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back with Jose and Tony Rivera. I can take his jacket off. All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Sports Talk on News Talk New England, presented by M&T Bank, alongside Tiffany Williams and DJ Harding, joining us from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., more specifically on the campus of Howard University. I'm Stephen Herr. What a weekend we had this past weekend as the NFL wrapped up their
all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in, a group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
We at Rodenheiser Home Services have a new BFF, arriving just in time to celebrate summer. Smiley Ball and the Worcester Red Sox are here with us to have fun. But there is plenty of room in this park, and spending time with friends and family is what this friendship is all about. So come be our friends too. Celebrate summer with the Woo Sox and Rodenheiser Home Services, your trusted plumbing, heating, AC, electric, and remodeling BFFs since 1928.
It's time for compassion, kindness, understanding. It's time to speak up and listen up. It's time to step up for others, to show up for ourselves, and stand up for equality. Because now, then, forever.
The time is always right to do what is right.
All right, welcome back to Monday Night Sports Talk on News Talk New England, Atlanta Sports Journal, and Baltimore Sports Journal. I'm Tiffany Williams, alongside Stephen and DJ Harden, who's joining us from our nation's capital, more specifically on the campus of Howard University. Jose Rivera, the champion, he's here with us next. Jose, you have been up to a lot. You just had a city council race that you had, and then you also had more fights while you were running for, not you fighting, but you had another RPE, I think 14, while you were running for city council as well. Talk to me about that busy schedule.
It's what I'm used to. I mean, my whole career, even when I was in high school, it was get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go running, go home, take a shower, go to school. After school, go to work. After work, go to Boys and Girls Club. After that, go home, take a shower, do my homework, go to bed. So I've been used to that schedule since high school, and now, as a grown man and in my career, I was working in the trial courts, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going running, going training, going to work. After work, go to train after train, go home, take a shower, and start it all over again. So it's like, I've been doing that my whole life. So when I was running for city council, I knew what the work is going to take, the work ethic, and I was very used to it. So it was like norm for me, but you definitely got to have the will to put your body through it.
Definitely. I saw a video, I think, recently on Instagram or Facebook, I think it was, and you were at the Boys and Girls Club, and you were with your son, and you were on the bag there. It's like riding a bike, right?
His speed bag. Yeah, my 14-year-old son said he wants to do it seriously. If I could sign him up at the Boys and Girls Club to train. He thought Carlos Garcia was still there. Yeah. And like, nah, Carlos retired, but Alexis is there, and they're doing a good job, and I definitely bring you. If you want to do it, I'll support you. But not necessarily because he wants to be a boxer, but he just, something to let his aggression out. And, he's been going through struggles, in his teenage years. So we're trying to find something to, get him on the right track.
And boxing
helped me save my life, so I'm hoping that'll help him.
Yeah. Steven?
So we talked about it it's a little off air. RPE 15, a big milestone, number 15. That's pretty awesome, So I'm going to talk about RPE 1. Where I know you see you and AJ Rivera, we've related to you and your family all started this whole thing. Where did the idea come from? What was the moment you guys were like, we need to start a boxing event?
So, believe it or not, my son AJ wanted to be a part of doing something like this when he was younger. And I wasn't ready in my career. At the time I was kind of at the tailor end of my boxing career. I said, go to school. He went to Johnson & Wales, graduated in sports management, event entertainment, and he got a degree in that. So I told him, once you graduate, then we can put RPE together. We had talked about it a lot. Told him I wanted a game plan, give me the plan on where you're coming from and why you think this would be successful. And it took him a week to put the plan together, and we sat down and I said, okay, I was willing to support his dream of putting this together. I had already tried out an event back in 2008, and it's a lot of work. So, but I gotta give a shout out to my son and my brother because they put in the work. But my son really has to understand the game of boxing to match make all these fights and put in some good caliber fights, where the fans want to come and enjoy. And we got some title fights and 2 title fights coming up on February 23rd at AIC Gymnasium on Springfield, Mass. And we kind of been going back and forth between Springfield and Worcester on our shows, trying to broaden the New England fan base. We get boxers from Connecticut and New York area as well, so it's closer for them to come to Springfield. And but it's been successful. The first show we ran, and it was exciting. The fans loved it. They asked for more, and now we're at number 15.
Now, like I said, you guys started this, like your full family works on this thing. So what is it like working with your family for Rivera Promotions Entertainment?
Yeah, I love it. We're it's a brother, nephew, cousin. Because I got my little cousin. My Julian Rivera runs the gloves for us. Julian. So it's 4 of us who kind of make sure that it works. But my brother and my son and I are the one put all the work together. Julian just shows up the day of the fight. But it's great. We enjoy it. I do the negotiations, dealing with the managers, dealing with the other promoters, dealing with the trainers, making sure that everybody's happy. I'm a I'm a boxer promoter. I'm coming from the boxing game for myself. I know what it takes to and the hard work it is to get on shows. So we want to give these boxers an opportunity to to flourish, to expose themselves, to put their talent out there for their fans. And that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to help the New England boxing scene out as much as we can.
You actually have two. You have a co-main event, which is, I believe, Humes.
Yes.
And then the main event is
Carlos Gonzalez. You also have Oscar Bonilla. Yep.
He's still on that card.
He's from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
And he's from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yeah.
But if you let him tell, he's from Yonkers. And Jake Paradise is on that card
Jake
too.
Paradise is having a rematch for the Massachusetts State title. The one because he fought here at the Worcester.
Yeah.
And it was a short stop. His referee really kind of called it too early.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put them again and go for the title again.
Yeah.
That was big.
And I mean, you guys, 15. I think I covered 4 of those, which is pretty good. But when you guys first started this, like, what was the mindset going into this? And did you think, wow, like, I'm at 15 now. Did you ever think that you'd be at 15?
No, honestly, we just started with one show at a time to see how it goes. Because in this business, people will tell you right away. I'll be honest. I'll let you guys know. We ran one show at the Palladium. Then the second show, we went quick to the DCU Center. And 2 shows we ran there at the DCU Center, but because the gate is so, it's the DCU Center, so we lost $10,000 on both of those shows. And so we said, let's go back to the Palladium and go back to the smaller venues that we don't need to make money, but we don't want to keep losing money. And once we kind of kept that mindset, okay, this is about keeping it, boxers based and not trying to get too big for them. We need a big draw to go to the DCU Center. You need a fighter who sells a lot of tickets, not just one. You need like a couple of them on there. And with the smaller shows, and you can get 1 or 2 on there as well, then it'll help keep the show alive, and we can keep running shows that way. People don't know the budget to these shows run from $50,000 to $60,000. All right, to run these shows, and so it's not cheap. So you want to make sure that at the end of the day, the show brings in what you're putting out, so that way you can keep running shows. So we've been successful for the most part besides those 2 shows at the DCU Center.
DJ?
I don't know.
Steven?
So can you tell us a little bit? I know we talked about Jake Paradise. I remember that match. We were there at the Palladium and we covered that one, where the match was like only a few seconds. It was very short, and remember the height coming up into it. So can you tell us a little more about some of the matches we're going to see at RPE 15 out in Springfield?
Definitely. I'll tell you right now, we have one of the first fights on the card. We have Edwin Humane Jr. from Haiti, and then we also have he's fighting against Jonathan Gary from Oklahoma City. And second bout, we have Anthony Ortiz from Puerto Rico fighting Mason Wickett from Lakeland, Florida. And then the next fight is going to be that famous rematch with Jake Paradise versus Scott Lampert from New York. And then we have Steven Sumter from Lawrence, Mass. And he's fighting against Troy Ardis from Bronx, New York. Then we have Joshua Orta from Springfield, Mass. And he's fighting Danielle Robles from Los Angeles, California. We have a female fight. I'm very excited about her. She's an exciting fighter, Stephen Jane Coleman. And this is a rematch. She's fighting against Michelle Nogue. And these two fought to a war, so I expect nothing but fireworks in that fight. Then we have Oscar Bonilla from Bridgeport, Connecticut. And he's going against Marcelo Williams from Brazil. And then Laurent Humes from Springfield, Mass. And he's fighting Antonio Luis Hernandez from Kansas City, Missouri. And then the main event is Carlos Gonzalez from Springfield, Mass. as well. And he's fighting Israel Rojas from Mexico. So we got, like I said, it's going to be 9 exciting, great pro fights. And fans in the New England area, as you can see, we got fighters from all over. They're going to come and support. And that's how we want, is them to get excited on supporting their boxers.
Mm-hmm. A lot of great fighters are coming out of Western Mass, Springfield. What have you seen coming out of that area?
There's great fighters in that area. I started in that area before I moved to Worcester when I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And, growing up, we had good talented fighters when we fought at the Golden Gloves and stuff. And there's good talent coming out of there now, Whitley now is the NABF welterweight champion up from the Springfield area.
Yeah.
The Whitley family is known in the Western Mass area between Springfield and Holyoke.
Yeah, it seems like they're all fighters.
They're all fighters, yeah. And then they has, I think these up and coming, Joshua Orta, up and coming as well from Springfield. Carlos Gonzalez, that kid is going to be a machine from Springfield, So they definitely starting to make a name for themselves. And it's good to see, it's good to see that that other cities in the New England area and also in Massachusetts are starting to step up, Yep.
In fact, I was just got an email earlier today about Whitley, the Whitley brothers, Derek and I believe it's Denzel Whitley. Denzel. They're going to be fighting at the Palladium in Worcester.
Yeah, so Denzel Whitley is having a rematch in his last fight when he won the welterweight NABF championship.
Yeah.
It was a split decision, so they're going to do it again, and it's going to be at the Palladium, so that's going to be in March.
That's going to be
another exciting show,
March 25th.
Yeah. And then you got Jermaine Ortiz.
That's
coming up,
right
too.
there.
That's going to be in Vegas.
Yes, that's going to be in Vegas,
And you're going to be there?
Absolutely. We're going to be flying out next week.
Yeah.
I'll leave on Wednesday. Fights on Thursday.
Yeah.
And come back on Saturday, spend a day over there, enjoy a little bit of Vegas.
It's like Super Bowl week coming up, too.
Super Bowl weekend, it's going to be crazy busy, so definitely want to get out of there before that goes.
Always put the money on Jermaine Ortiz.
You guys too. I mean, it's like I said, they have him as the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Jermaine is in a great position right now to kind of, take advantage and become a world champion. We've always known he has abilities and the talent, and now it's the time for him to step up and prove it.
Yeah, a lot of good fighters, great fighters, have come from you guys' productions, you guys' fights. Richie Rivera.
Yep. Popeye Rivera.
Yep.
Yep.
And I believe Jermaine came from you guys too.
No? Jermaine from the beginning was CES fighter from Jimmy Birchfield.
Yeah.
So
you guys are also. I mean, Humes has been fighting with you guys, and he's been growing up.
Hughes is coming up really well.
Yeah.
You know, Bonilla is coming up really well. Anthony Ortiz, you got to keep an eye on that kid.
Anthony Hershey, right?
Hershey.
Yeah.
Man, that kid is he's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Where's the ultimate goal when you start these kids, these young men with you guys? Where's the ultimate goal you want to see them at?
Yeah, well, we want to see them fighting for world championship fights. Like Popeye had a big fight on pay-per-view against Badu Jack in Dubai. They didn't give him the decision.
Got robbed on that
He got robbed. He should have won the fight.
Yeah.
And mind you, there was one round they had was over 4 minutes long.
Exactly. Yeah.
But without saying, I just think he's at the cusp of fighting for a world title, and that's what we want to see these guys just kind of get to that next level. And that's why we're doing this. Just to help them and push them up and help them good to the top.
Yep. AIC College in Springfield, Massachusetts. Always a great venue to have boxing.
Definitely.
I would say get your tickets now, but you can get your tickets from the fighters. Can they get their tickets from RPE as well?
Yeah, they can get them from RPE, but get them at the door as well. And also, if they know any of the boxers that I mentioned, all the fighters are selling tickets as well.
Nice. Your brother Jose, he's also with you guys. And
Yes.
Miss him over here at Newstalk, New England. And AJ and your wife is also involved with you guys doing the fights too.
My wife, she's always helping me.
Yeah.
She's like the behind the scenes RPE lady. She's awesome. I mean, she's a great help.
Shout out to Carmen. She's a wonderful lady.
Absolutely.
Gotta put you on the spot because I know last year actually when you came on before the Super Bowl. When you came on, so who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna agree with Pettway. I think Kansas City might pull it off, but I'm rooting for San Francisco. I like to see San Francisco win it, especially as a rematch. Kansas City won it last time.
Yeah. I was hoping the Ravens would go, but Ravens aren't in it, so I'm definitely.
No, I take it back. The rematch with San Francisco, Baltimore, with San Francisco winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry, Baltimore won.
Baltimore won.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. 47.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see the Chiefs. I wanted the Chiefs to be done. I didn't want to see Taylor Swift anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care about that. Like I said, it's just be San Francisco. It's been a while since they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I guess I can understand why so many people hated the Patriots and they didn't want them to see them win so much.
Yeah.
It's like like I said, it's not the Patriots. I'm really not gonna be too much into it, but if there's gonna be somebody I'd rather see win, then I guess San Francisco.
Yeah. All right, folks, we'll be right back with more from Jose Rivera from Rivera Promotions Entertainment.
Run away, love, run away, love, run away, love, run away, love, run away, love.
No matter how long you've been gone, you need to know there's people who want to help you get home. Every year, it's estimated that there are more than 2 million runaways trying to make it on the streets. One is too many for me. To get you home, call 1-800-RUNAWAY. The National Runaway Switchboard keeps it simple and confidential. And Greyhound's got your free ticket home. It's the Home Free program that gets you back to those that need you back. So don't wait. Come home. Call 1-800-RUNAWAY. The National Runaway Switchboard, Greyhound, and the Ludacris Foundation care. Period.
Run away, love. Don't keep running away. I'll run away with you if you want me to.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Tiffany Williams, back for Monday Night Sports Talk on News Talk New England. Our guest tonight, Jose Antonio Rivera from Rivera Promotions Entertainment, New England's Future 15. Steven?
No, I mean, you took the question out of my mouth. I was going to ask him who's going to win the Super Bowl on February 11th against the Niners and Chiefs, and I believe you picked the Niners?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs going to win, but I'm hoping for the Niners.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's the only question I have for the Super Bowl.
So I'll ask you the same question I asked Coach Pettway when he was on. The trade deadline is going to be coming up for the NBA.
Don't mess with it.
Don't mess with it.
Don't
Yeah,
mess
exactly.
with it.
Nobody
We're
should mess
doing
with it.
good. Don't mess with it,
Right.
please.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to pick somebody up but not get rid of our nucleus, then we do that. You know,
So
if
don't
it's
get
gonna
rid of
help.
like Al Horford. or
No,
just-
no.
nobody.
Keep it the way it is. You know, we're right here in the middle of the season, and we got a good team. We're feeling good about it. You know, I think the coaches gotta sometimes not overcoach and give the guys their rest, but just let them play. You know, I think they know what they're doing out there.
Gerard Mayo with the New England Patriots. What do you think of that?
Honestly, I'm excited about it. You know, a lot of people were like scratching their heads as
Yeah.
like, wow, Gerard Mayo. You know, where did that come from? So I'm interested to see how he drafts and how he coaches. Obviously he was assistant coach and he's got experience, but as the man running the show, I'm interested to see how he does.
Yeah. And he was smart because he had it written into his contract, a succession plan. So if Belichick left, he would become the next head coach. So he was intelligent. He was smart about that.
And he's just showing his mentality, his sharpness as a coach.
Yeah. All right. Rivera Promotions Entertainment. You can get your tickets to New England's Future 15 from Boxers, and you can get it from RPE.
RPE, and also the night of the fight.
And the night of the fight.
Yeah.
Jose, thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Wow, looking forward to being there.
All right.
As a fan this time. So, Steven?
No, so I guess that's it. RPE 15. What's it called? AIC.
AIC, American International College.
American International College. That's what I'm thinking about. And now, does the doors open at 6 or is the first bout at 6?
No, doors open at 6. First bout at 7.
There you go. So there you go.
Yeah, pretty much. Friday, February 23rd.
Yes, sir.
All right, Friday, February 3rd. Get your popcorn. Is there going to be a bar there?
Huh?
Going to be a bar there?
There's going to be a bar there.
There's going to be a bar there, so
yeah.
get your popcorn, get your drinks. And
Yeah. Pizza.
Don't blink.
Don't blink. Yeah, it's going to be 9 exciting fights. 9 exciting
Can't
fights.
wait.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
We'll be right back right after this.
Run away, love. Run away, love. Run away, love. Run away, love. Run away, love.
No matter how long you've been gone, you need to know there's people who want to help you get home. Every year, it's estimated that there are more than 2 million runaways trying to make it on the streets. One is too many for me. To get you home, call 1-800-RUNAWAY. The National Runaway Switchboard keeps it simple and confidential. And Greyhound's got your free ticket home. It's the Home Free program that gets you back to those that need you back. So don't wait. Come home. Call 1-800-RUNAWAY. The National Runaway Switchboard, Greyhound, and the Ludacris Foundation care. Period.
Run away, love. Don't keep running away. I'll run away with you if you want me to.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Monday Night Sports Talk on News Talk New England. I'm Tiffany Williams.
And I'm Stephen Err.
And I'm alongside Stephen Err.
Yep.
Joining us from our nation's capital, DJ Harden. What's going on, DJ?
Nothing much. Surviving college, I guess you can say. And, just trying to be an aspiring sports journalist and make my rounds in life. I don't know how to explain my days nowadays, but that's about it.
All right. All right, well, first things first, we're going to start talking about the Boston Celtics, and they were undefeated at home.
Yes, they were.
As of our last show.
Right.
But I believe if you read Daryl Harden Sr.'s article on News Talk New England, or was that your article?
No, I did the first one, and I think he did the second one.
When they lost that home game. What did you guys think about that game, and what was the underperforming factor for the Celtics losing that game?
I actually watched the game. It was on nationally televised on ESPN, I believe. What an exciting game it was between the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics. Back and forth they went in the final seconds. It's Jason Tatum who actually had the chance to tie the game, send it to overtime. He just unfortunately missed the basket, and The Denver Nuggets handed the Boston Celtics their first home loss of the season, 102-100. And as Tiffany just mentioned, they have now lost their last 2 home games as they fell to the Clippers on, I believe, TJ, was that Friday or Saturday they lost to the Clippers? 115 Saturday. 115-96. So now they're 20-2 at home. And as a recording of this podcast, they are playing the New Orleans Pelicans at the Garden in Boston.
DJ?
Oh, I mean, as much as I would love to be undefeated at home the whole season, we kind of knew it's coming. And also, you got to think, if we're going to lose to 2 teams, I'd rather it be, some of the biggest contenders in the West. I mean, the Nuggets were defending champions. The Clippers have gotten really hot as of late, and I think they're like 21-4, if I believe correctly, in their last 25 games. So they've started 2024 off very well, and I just, if we're going to lose to somebody, I'd rather it be some teams like that are contending and playing very well.
You have gives a good point, DJ. They obviously defending champion Denver Nuggets, and then the Clippers. What is with the Clippers? My God, they are hot right now. As you mentioned, 21-4 since the beginning of December of 2023. They're just on fire. And they came to TD and showed them what they're made of. So if that's a finals preview, I don't know. Should Celtics fans be happy about that? Concerned? I don't know, DJ. What do you think?
I mean, I think there's a more of a healthy concern, because I wouldn't, full on panic just yet. I mean, we still have the best record in the NBA. We're 3 games above everybody else in the East, and it's just one of the things where, like I said, all good things come to an end. So, I unfortunately knew eventually we were gonna drop a game at home. It's unfortunately dropped 2, but I mean, if that's a finals preview, we're dropping it to future competition. The good news is too, though, is you're letting the Clippers think they have you putting them on top. They're going in confident, like, oh, we beat them. Whereas, as the Celtics, we probably know, like, oh, we can definitely get them next time. We know what to fix. So if you're going to lose one, I'd rather you lose in regular season than the finals.
Celtics are playing tonight. And I got to ask you guys, DJ and I have been saying this all along. There is usually that snap in the season for the Celtics. So I can't say their name right now. For the Celtics, they usually do great, and then all of a sudden there's a snap. Like you ever take a piece of plywood and it snaps, and that's always been the Celtics. DJ, Steven, do you think that this snap, losing these last 2 home games, or that snap that could be the season tipping?
I'll let DJ go first.
Oh, dear God, no. Guys, let's all relax. It's only 2 games. Like, on paper, we're still 20-2 at home. I mean, come on, let's be real here. I know it's a bit of a struggle, but usually, and I say they usually fall apart. But our falling apart, even if we're going to call it that, is us in the conference finals or us in the finals. When it compares to winning it all. During the regular season, we're always fine. I mean, at this point, in the Tatum and Brown era, you're guaranteed, as long as everybody's healthy, to make the conference finals. You're getting as far to be the Final 4. At this point, it's just, 1 year, something's got to give. And, I mean, as people have said, like Pettway and Rivera was saying earlier on the show, don't touch anything. This seems like the year that something's going to finally give up, and we're going to have a chance. A real fighting chance at that. So, I personally wouldn't even freak out or nothing. When we get down to the end of that season and the fatigue sets in, and you've been playing for about 6 to 8 months now. Now is there a tipping point, and do you have that extra year to lock into in the final? I'll say 12 to 14 games of those final 2 series.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics are fine right now. I mean, I agree with DJ. They're not falling apart. By far, they're not falling apart. And yes, they lost to the Clippers, but before then, they went on a 3-game road trip and swept that 3-game road trip. They won in Houston. They beat the Mavs, by the way, who are another title contender, but I like to think of them as that. So they were on a 3-game win streak before they lost against the Clippers. So it's not like things are falling apart right now when it comes to the Celtics. I definitely agree with DJ.
I gotta agree with you guys. I don't think they think it's falling apart, but if there are fans out there that they kind of get worried and start thinking things and stuff like that, and you got the Monday morning quarterbacks on all the sports shows that want to talk and stuff like that, and I agree with you guys. I agree with Jose and I agree with Al. I don't think that there's anything that needs to be touched when it comes to the Celtics. No changes. I hope, unless you're going to go out and pick somebody up and add somebody. Going into the trade deadline, I don't think that they should make any changes. I think they're perfect where they are, and I think they have the team to go all the way this year. What say you, DJ?
Yeah, personally, I mean, the only one move that I could justify if they want to, is going to get like an extra guy for the bench. But at the same time, as we were saying, like, who are you even trading away? And at this point, you're just trying to cough up some picks if possible or something. And so just for that, I'm almost like, leave it alone. I mean, the only person I'd be like, if they want to get rid of him, I mean, sure, personally would be like a Peyton Pritchard. But even still then, I'm just like, the chemistry that we have, I'm almost like, why even mess around and find out if you all know the same? Like, why even risk it? I mean, at this point, the core we have, it's the number one team in the NBA. So why even fool around and trade somebody and then mess up team chemistry and then we get worse?
Yeah, I mean, it's like Jose was saying before he went off the air. He was like, he's basically saying, if it's not broke, do not fix, or if it's not broke, what's the expression? If it's not broke, don't fix it. I think it's something like that.
It's not broke, why?
Yeah, there you go. So pretty much, the Celtics are not broken by any means. Again, we talked with DJ, mentioned it, the best record in the NBA right now, better than teams like the Clippers, who they just lost to. It might be the best team in the West, by the way, so because obviously the Warriors are not the same team. I mean, Steph Curry didn't even get selected to the All-Star game. That's how bad the Warriors are this year. Lakers, they're not as good. Nuggets,
What does that say, honestly? What does that say, honestly, about the Warriors? And when Steph Curry does not get selected for the All-Star game.
I mean, no, I dare say the dynasty's over.
I thought we all knew that.
We all knew that. I mean, I guess you ain't wrong.
All good things come to an end. I was saying it earlier.
But if you're Steph Curry, where do you go next?
Steph Curry, you're going to finish your time in Golden State. I mean, 4 chips, you've done your due diligence. You're going to probably still make an All-Star game. You're just not an All-Star starter. I mean, that's all. I mean, everybody's freaking out, acting like they're not have the 12th best record in the West. Him being All-Star starter would be kind of bananas. I mean, respectfully, LeBron being All-Star starter when they're 9th is kind of a wild in itself, personally. But I mean, hey, to each their own. But yeah, I wouldn't have any craziness about Curry and the Warriors. I mean, they're reaching their 2019 Patriots phase where it's like we're gonna just stick around, have some fun, but in reality, we know our best days are behind us. For those of you who don't know, 2019 is the year where Derrick Henry ran all over the wild card.
If you're Steph Curry, though, do you do a LeBron type move? And at the end of the season, I mean, he's under contract for I don't know how much longer with the Warriors, but do you kind of do a type of LeBron move and leave the team?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't know how long he has either, but I wouldn't imagine seeing him anywhere else except the Warriors.
At this point, I mean, for Steph Curry, he's like the longest tenured player in the NBA for one team, I'm pretty sure. Or if not, he's in that top 2 or 3. I mean, if you're Steph Curry, you pretty much run that city. Why run around and go somewhere else just ring chasing? Because all it's going to do, like, leaving hurts your legacy more than it helps. I mean, at this point, he's won 4 rings. He has 2 MVPs. Like, his Hall of Fame resume is set. He has to do nothing more, improve nothing else. So honestly, he just can sit there in Golden State, get paid millions of dollars because it's Golden State and they love him, and sell all the jerseys, keep people in seats shooting 3-pointers until he's tired of it. Honestly, until he's like, I want to go sit down and not play basketball no more. There's no reason for you to leave because all it's gonna do is hurt your legacy more. Because if you go somewhere and you don't win, now people are like left for nothing. And if you go somewhere and do win, it's not even like he's the number 1 option on a team. So he's just gonna be a role player like John Sally was for the Bulls in the 90s, and like him or Robert Parrish when he went and got one, where it's like you used to be a star, but you're just some extra person now that's just winning extra chips on into the bench. It's like Brian Scalabrine in 08. You're not doing nothing. You're just there. So for him, you should just stay in Golden State. I mean, like I said, he pretty much runs the city. Why even mess around and leave that?
So for everybody just tuning in, the music in the background, we are being serenaded. We are live from we are at the Mercantile Center tonight in the beautiful downtown Worcester, Massachusetts. If you want to call it a beautiful downtown Worcester, Massachusetts. And our piano player is arrived and he's playing the piano tonight. A little unexpected, but we're always like a little tune in the background. And we're going to take a break, and we will be right back.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
We at Rodenheiser Home Services have a new BFF. Arriving just in time to celebrate summer, Smiley Ball and the Worcester Red Sox are here with us to have fun. But there is plenty of room in this park, and spending time with friends and family is what this friendship is all about. So come be our friends too. Celebrate summer with the Woo Sox and Rodenheiser Home Services. Your trusted plumbing, heating, AC, electric, and remodeling BFFs since 1928.
It's time for compassion, kindness, understanding. It's time to speak up and listen up. It's time to step up for others, to show up for ourselves, and stand up for equality. Because now, then, forever.
The time is always right to do what is right.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
Welcome back to News Talk New England Monday Sports Talk. I'm Tiffany Williams alongside Stephen DJ Hardin joining us from the campus of Howard University in DC, our nation's capital. As you can hear, we got the piano going on in the background. We have a piano player tonight. Not every Monday night is he here. Is he playing?
No.
But tonight he is here. Sometimes you have Coach Payton from the Massachusetts Pirates last season. He'd come in and play the piano as well. All right. We touched a little bit about boxing earlier with Jose. We talked about some basketball with Coach Pettway from North High School. Who they have 4 games remaining in the season.
Yeah, I didn't see that on Max Prep, so but that's on me.
Yep. The Fighting Whitley brothers undefeated welterweight Denzel, who is 13-0 with 7 KOs, and junior welterweight Derek Jr., who is 7-4, 1-0 knockouts, will fight on the same card as professional boxers on the March 23rd Pandemonium at the Palladium, presented by Granite Chin Promotions at the famed Palladium in Worcester, Massachusetts, right downtown here.
Who came up with this name, by the way? The Pandemonium at the Palladium. That's genius. I love that name.
I love it, right?
Yeah, shout out to whoever made that name. That's
Pandemonium
awesome.
at the Palladium.
It's great.
Give out the Granite Chin Promotions. They've been all over the state crisscrossing, and they're kind of, doing a lot more in Worcester now as well. All right. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about this past weekend's games and Super Bowl talk.
Yeah, let's get to it.
With DJ and Steven.
I got stuff. I found stuff. Oh, okay. Well, everybody, welcome back. Sorry about that. Monday Night Sports Talk presented by MSC Bank on News Talk New England. Not presented by News Talk New England. We are News Talk New England. News Talk New England. Anyway. All right, TJ, Tiff, let's get to it. NFC, AFC Championship games. We'll start with the AFC because that was the first game of Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs surprised everybody and knocked off the top seeded Baltimore Ravens 17-10. Now, obviously, the Baltimore Ravens kind of kicked themselves. Plenty of penalties, including that one where I don't remember who it was. One player actually hit Mahomes right in the face mask. That was a penalty. You got Zay Flowers on his 53-yard reception, basically taunt whoever he was being defended against. That was a 15-yard penalty. And on a few plays later, Justin Reed knocked it out of Zay Flowers' hands as he was going into the end zone. It was a fumble recovered by the Chiefs in the end zone for a touchback. And obviously Lamar threw an interception in the end zone. So now let's start with TJ. Did the Chiefs win the AFC, or did the Ravens lose the AFC?
No, okay. The Chiefs won. Let's be real. I have said the Chiefs are the new Patriots. They're the new villains, the new empire. And the other thing you got to think about too, the Chiefs are now adopting the Patriot way, where they're gonna look completely terrible, make everybody doubt them during the regular season. They're just going to figure it all out at the last minute. Now, the Ravens, plays happen. They made some mistakes. The biggest mistake is they cut their own legs out from under them. They're a running team. Lamar Jackson has been a running quarterback. And that running attack has been one of the biggest parts of their offense. They only ran the ball about 16 times. When you're a team that usually runs the ball very well, to now try to go against your game plan, you're asking to lose. They kind of did shoot themselves in the foot there, but it's not discredit Kansas City for what they did.
What you talking about, Willis? I don't know what DJ's talking about. I really don't know what DJ's talking about. But I agree with him. The Ravens played against themselves. They lost against themselves. Kansas City played a good game, but they didn't play a great game at all, by far. I think Lamar and the Ravens, they played against themselves, and it was sad to see. I really wanted to see the Ravens go all the way. I was there. I cried. I actually shed a tear at the end of the game because they lost. I cried. I was so sad that they lost, because I really wanted to see them go all the way, and they could have gone all the way. But the way they played yesterday, I don't even think I've seen a bunch of high schoolers play that bad. And of course, some people are going to say, "Oh, well, that's just being a little too excessive." Well, no, they played like a bunch of elementary kids last night or yesterday afternoon. I don't know what game they were playing. They showed up at M&T Bank Stadium, but I don't know what game they thought they were playing in. Maybe they thought they were playing a regular season game. But they were playing a postseason game. They were playing a championship game for the AFC. I'm baffled. Let's get off them. Let's move to the Lions and 49ers.
Well, we have to give some stats here for the AFC Championship game before we move on.
Do we really have to put those awful stats
you got to put things in there. The Ravens had the number one rushing offense in the NFL this year. They ran the ball a total of 16 times. 10 of them were Lamar Jackson running the football. So that's got to be on offensive coordinator Mike McDonald. I don't know what he was thinking. Why are you not running the ball more? Especially when you have, and me and my friends joke about this all the time, Deej. Well, yeah. Anyway, we joke about Lamar Jackson's not a quarterback. He's a running back because they run the ball so often. He ran 10 times. The Ravens, again, the number one rushing offense in the NFL, ran 16 times. You got to run the ball more if you're the Ravens. That's another thing that killed them. Penalties, turnovers, taunting, and not running the ball enough. Ravens do fall in the AFC Championship game to the Kansas City Chiefs, 17-10, and the Chiefs are headed back to the Super Bowl for the fourth time in 5 years. They are the third team in NFL history to do that, joining who? Well, our beloved Patriots and the Buffalo Bills, who made it to 4 consecutive Super Bowls from 1991 to 1994. All right, DJ, any final thoughts on the AFC title game before we get to the Niners and the Lions?
Well, actually, I'm very glad you said something very poignant that I kind of get irritated with that I know is going to restart up. I really don't like how people come after Lamar Jackson for using his legs to run by calling him the running back. But I do think Mike McDonald's a little wild for not running the ball more with their running back. But I do dislike the narrative that because he knows how to use his legs, he's using the gifts that God gave him, that makes him not a quarterback.
Hey, listen, I like that pass catch that he did.
It was luck. That wasn't like a good play.
That was come on. I think that should be put in the playbook now.
That was luck, though. That wasn't the actual. What are you talking about?
That was not luck. That was Lamar Jackson being Lamar Jackson.
Great athleticism, but that wasn't a design play.
No, I make the joke all the time. That I don't make the joke myself. My friend does more because his brother, who's also my friend, he's a big Ravens fan. So we always talk about Lamar's a running back. I don't know what you're talking about, but I've watched Lamar at college at Louisville. The guy said he's a video game. I love Lamar Jackson. I'm a huge fan of him. I just such a disappointing end, as Tiff said. Such a disappointing end to the season. Now I didn't cry because I'm not a Ravens fan. I didn't care who won. But we'll get to more of that in a minute.
But I'm a Falcons fan.
Oh yeah, you are. So I don't know why you cry.
But I covered them most of the season. So
right, you did. Yes, you were down there in Baltimore a few times this year.
And their fan base, let me tell you, I think they have the best fan base I've ever seen. They're bar none. I think they have the best fan base. They get really, really into it. The only other fan base I've ever seen like that was probably the old Oakland Raiders fan base.
Oh wow, yeah.
And they were crazy fans back then. But you don't have like fan bases today like you had back then. But you saw it in Baltimore, and just that city, how that city came together and rallied for that team.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, wow. Mayor Brandon Scott, tip my hat off to him. He did a great job. Love that guy to death and back. On to your Lions and 49ers, and I'm out of that conversation.
All right. Tiff, I want to talk about the 49ers and the Lions. You and I will discuss the NFC Championship game between the Niners and the Lions. The Lions, and this is a funny thing, the Lions had a 24-7 lead, and the Niners came back, and they won the game 34. They scored 27 consecutive points, by the way, in the second half. How about that? En route to a 34-31 victory. San Francisco heading to their second Super Bowl in 5 years. DJ, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you weren't too big on Brock Purdy. Are you big on him now?
I laughed with my friends watching this because I said, this is the Super Bowl that nobody won. I feel like all of America, because of who should not be named in Kansas City, I'm not even giving her the power of saying her name out loud. Between her and no one really caring about Brock Purdy and McCaffrey, I think everybody wants to see Baltimore versus Detroit. And the Kansas City one, I'm less mad about. This one, I'm really annoyed about, because Steven, it's 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 just because there's gonna have to be a conversation out of how good really is Brock Purdy. It's hard to really give. I know I'm sounding like a hater, but it's hard to give him credit when if you look at sometimes some of his highlights, he's just passing the ball to dudes and they're running 40 yards with it. It's just really irritating. And then McCaffrey in his own right has my own frustrations as a Derrick Henry fan, watching him get MVP votes when Derrick Henry didn't. So that's its own personal beef there. So like as a fan, I'm very frustrated because Detroit had one job, which is put them out of the playoffs for me. So as a fan, I can argue that they're not legit. But like unfortunately, it's like you have to kind of start giving them credit where it's due, because they are playing well, and I mean they've earned their ticket to the Super Bowl. I mean it was a pretty great comeback. You can't knock them much anymore. I mean, if, as I joked in one of my videos on the Hard Way, when I was like, what the Super Bowl means to each team, I said, if the 49ers win this, Brock Purdy's getting a movie made about him, the Disney movie at that, because what a story that becomes now if he manages to go win the Super Bowl and possibly win Super Bowl MVP. I mean, it's just finished gracious.
Now, there was a controversial play in this game. The Lions had a chance at a field goal, but it said they went for it on like a 4th down and 3, and they missed it. What did you do? I don't know if you. I'm assuming you saw the play. What did you think about it?
See, I'm conflicted because I understand people's frustrations with the Lions going for it. At the same time, they have been doing this all season. The reason why they've gotten here is doing some of those risky 4th down plays and Dan Campbell's genius. So I can't really knock them for going for it on 4th down, as much as they did it twice. And so now in one world, people are going, well, if they just kick the field goals, now they had 37, and now they win by 3 points. I'm also like, on the contrary, if they had converted and scored some touchdowns, he looks like a genius right now, and they're going to dance in Vegas. So it's unfortunate that that's how the season breaks for them, of course, because they probably I'm assuming they definitely want to get Super Bowl, and most of America wanted them in the Super Bowl for sure. But it's unfortunate that the cookie didn't crumble their way, honestly.
Super Bowl 58. The San Francisco 49ers, the Kansas City Chiefs, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, February 11th. Coverage begins about 11:30 a.m. Eastern. It's going on all day on CBS. And then obviously the game at 6:30. Let's talk about this Super Bowl matchup. The biggest matchup here. Who is?
Before you guys go into this conversation,
all right, Tiff's join us back here.
I just want to say I'm looking forward to seeing folks in Las Vegas.
Yep, Tiff will be there for CBS Sports.
And I'm going to be at the NFL Honors. So,
all right.
Which is going to be pretty good. I'm also going to be at the Gospel Fest, which is going to be really great. And I'm not going to the game.
Wow.
I'm going to all the events the week of, but I'm not going to the game. I'm going to be on Chandler Street in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'll probably be at a Super Bowl party or something like that.
Okay, well, there you go.
So this will be the first year I'm not going to a Super Bowl. I am going to tell you my pick.
Well, before we get to everybody's pick, let's talk. I want to go back to DJ here because we were going to talk about what is the biggest matchup here in Super Bowl 58 between the Chiefs and Niners.
Well, hold on.
Am I going?
Yeah, go ahead, DJ. Go ahead.
Okay. Honestly, the biggest matchup and where this game will be won is going to be the Chiefs' offense versus the 49ers' defense. I mean, the Chiefs' defense has done very well, of course, as well, and the 49ers' offense has been firing on all cylinders for sure. But knowing that the 49ers' defense has kind of been almost like vaunting of sorts in the way that like Fred Warner and Dre Greenline and Bosa and Chase Young and how that defense has been played very well, that the 49ers winning this game by stopping Mahomes. And at this point, and I said, and the reason why I'm kind of, when I was joking as a fan, why I'm not as mad with the Chiefs winning is because in a world where we're doing the Mahomes versus Brady narrative, Mahomes kind of needs to win this to catch Brady, or at least be on pace to catching him, if you catch my drift. So I think the biggest thing here, and one of those Mahomes make or break moments for his legacy in a catching Brady standpoint, is really if he can fire on all cylinders with his offense, and him and Travis Kelce and MVS and Chris Watson and all those other guys, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Isaiah Pacheco, if they can beat on this 49ers defense and make a difference, that's really the biggest matchup of this game, for sure.
What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, no. Definitely gotta say, I don't even know. The 49ers against the Chiefs offense, is that what you said? I don't get that. Definitely can't party behind that. The 49ers, I think, are going to shock a lot of people. I have to go like Coach Pettway and Coach Jose said earlier. Want to see the 49ers win this. But we all know the Chiefs are going to win it. But because the Chiefs, but I think that the 49ers have a good defense. I think go back to that Buffalo game with the Chiefs. And Buffalo and the Chiefs played the same game. I mean, if you look at it on paper, they both played the same game. What hurt Buffalo in that game was there was that fumble at the end there. And there was a couple, like one other play. I think it was the kick. He missed the kick to tie the game. So they both played the same game. When you look at the stats, when you look at everything, when you look at the post-game notes and all that stuff like that, Buffalo should really been in Baltimore yesterday, playing against the Ravens. I don't think. I think that you're going to have two really great teams coming into the Super Bowl, but I think that the 49ers have a good defense. And I don't think the Chiefs have that great of an offense right now. Steven?
Well, actually, now that you've given your pick, you say the Chiefs are going to win. DJ, who wins Super Bowl 58?
Well, no, let's get your opinion on the game first.
No, I'll have my opinion, and then I'll get my pick. So I want to have DJ give his pick first, because I'm going to go into mine.
Real quick, only your pick. That's it.
Wait, Tiff, who did you pick? I thought you picked the 49ers. I can't tell.
I picked the 49ers.
Oh, you did pick 4. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. Because I heard you say I agree with Pettway, and then you said the Chiefs. Anywho.
No. I agree with Pettway, and I agree with Jose. I think the 49ers, I want to see them win. But we all know the Chiefs are going to win.
Okay, so you are picking the Niners to win.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, DJ.
Okay, well, let's all put it in writing, even though I made a meme, and it's like I got to pick between, my least favorite quarterback, Brock Purdy, or Taylor Swift. I put it in writing. Go Chiefs. Team Taylor Swift. Hoorah, hoorah. Okay, all jokes aside, I honestly think the Chiefs are going to win this. I think I told you that to me, they're the new look Patriots. They're going to fall apart and make everybody doubt them, and then at the most crucial moments, they're going to come.
I can see DJ playing like Taylor Swift in his dorm room right now.
Don't disrespect me like that. Don't disrespect me like that. Don't do that.
Oh, wait, what's wrong with Taylor Swift now? I think she's a very talented singer.
Don't disrespect me like that. Look, no, in the most respectful way possible, don't disrespect me like that. No, I don't be listening to no Taylor Swift.
Well, I like Taylor Swift.
He's probably there, like, back in the day they used to have the broom, and you'd be dancing and singing with the broom.
Yep.
That's probably DJ is.
Those are, man, really good. All right, so we are at a deadlock right now. Tiff's picking the Niners to win. DJ is going with the Chiefs. Now the question is, who am I going with? All right, so let's start.
We know who you're going
with.
You're going with the Chiefs.
Hold on a minute. I got to go into this here. So you said the Bills and the Chiefs played the same game in the divisional round. You realized if Pacheco scores on the fumble that went out of bounds and that at the end zone, the game's over. Chiefs win. They're up by 10 with a minute to change left. It's over. Chiefs are going to win. Meanwhile, San Francisco, about 9 minutes left. They're down by 4. Packers have the ball. It's deep in San Francisco territory. I remember watching that game. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is over. The Packers got to win again. I'm like, holy, you know what? And why? Obviously, the Packers choked it, and Niners went a winning. And then again, the championship game. You know, they're down 24-7. Uh-oh, I thought the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. So I'm telling my friends, I'm like, oh my God, the Lions are going to the Super Bowl. What is life right now? And then obviously 27 consecutive second half points. Niners overcome the Lions. I don't know if you guys heard this either, but Andy Reid, there are rumors that he could retire after this game. So there's two reasons, Tiff, you're right. I am going with the Chiefs. And no, DJ, it's not because of Taylor Swift. That's not why I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm picking the Chiefs because... No, not in my bedroom. Anyway, I wanted to see, and I said this when I first heard that Andy Reid might retire, I wanted to see him go out with a ring. His third championship in 5 years. Not only that, we get an NFL dynasty. I think that's just awesome. How about those Chiefs taking Kansas City to Super Bowl 58?
How about those Niners? That's all I'm going to say. All right, don't mind us. We have some snacks that we are just
we got some
smacking on.
Pixar snacks. Snacks pretty good. And Hershey's
some gummies and some Hershey's and stuff like that. Because we don't have our donuts.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're getting our Dairy White donuts this week.
Cream donuts. All right, we'll be right back. And after this.
Run away, love. Run away, love. Run away, love. Run away, love. Run away, love.
No matter how long you've been gone, you need to know there's people who want to help you get home. Every year, it's estimated that there are more than 2 million runaways trying to make it on the streets. One is too many for me. To get you home, call 1-800-RUNAWAY. The National Runaway Switchboard keeps it simple and confidential. And Greyhound's got your free ticket home. It's the Home Free program that gets you back to those that need you back. So don't wait. Come home. Call 1-800-RUNAWAY. The National Runaway Switchboard, Greyhound, and the Ludacris Foundation care. Period.
Run away, love. Don't keep running away. I'll run away with you if you want me to.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Monday Night Sports Talk. I'm also News Talk New England again. Monday Night Sports Talk presented by M&T Bank here on News Talk New England. We have some sports news for you. We have some big updates over the last week. Jim Harbaugh, it's the biggest news of the rise of right now, outside of obviously the Super Bowl matchup. Jim Harbaugh has been named the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. This coming after Harbaugh led the Michigan Wolverines to a 33-14 victory over the Washington. I don't remember what team. The Huskies. Yes. Thank you, DJ. The Huskies over in the College Football Playoff National Championship game. Michigan winning the title, and Harbaugh heading to Los Angeles. And another sports news. Here's something interesting. D'Angelo Russell was fined $15,000 for kicking the ball in the stands after the Lakers defeated the Warriors. And what a game that was, by the way, on Saturday night at ABC. 104-102, I believe, was the final. In that one, the Lakers defeating the Warriors in what was actually a double overtime game. But once again, big news out of that. D'Angelo Russell was fined $15,000 for kicking the ball at the end of the game. Oh, and the Falcons, yes. It just reminded me, the Atlanta Falcons have hired. I almost said fired. What am I saying? They have hired Raheem Morris, the offensive coordinator of the LA Rams. We'll talk about LA. The Rams OC is headed to Atlanta. He is the new head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. This is his second stint as a head coach. I believe he was the head coach in Tampa, if I'm not mistaken. So Raheem Morris, once again, an NFL head coach, this time with the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, also, speaking of Tampa Bay, speaking of head coaches, the Bucs OC is now the Carolina Panthers head coach. So we'll see how Bryce Young does under a new head coach in his second year in the NFL in 2024. And that's sports news. We'll be right back right here on Monday Night Sports Talk.
We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. to enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
We at Rodenheiser Home Services have a new BFF, arriving just in time to celebrate summer. Smiley Ball and the Worcester Red Sox are here with us to have fun. But there is plenty of room in this park, and spending time with friends and family is what this friendship is all about. So come be our friends too. Celebrate summer with the Woo Sox and Rodenheiser Home Services, your trusted plumbing, heating, AC, electric, and remodeling BFFs since 1928.
It's time for compassion, kindness, understanding. It's time to speak up and listen up. It's time to step up for others, to show up for ourselves, and stand up for equality. Because now, then, forever.
The time is always right to do what is right.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
Run away.
All right. Welcome back to Monday Night Sports Talk on News Talk New England. I'm Tiffany Williams. We're going to get right into the NBA trade deadline. So I'll start off with this. Steven and DJ. Steven, I'll start with you. What teams do you think need to make adjustments, bring in some new players, or maybe go after somebody else? And then my biggest question is, do you think Murray from the Hawks could be going to another team? 20 seconds on each, and that's it.
Well, we talked about it just moments ago. The Golden State Warriors, I mean, they're struggling a lot this year. I don't know what's going on. Now, Eugene agrees that the dynasty's over, so maybe they need to make a move. I'm not sure what's going on with Chris Paul. I think he's injured. I know they just got him, but maybe want to see what happens with that. And as far as the Murray thing with the Hawks, I don't think he goes anywhere.
DJ?
Yeah, no, Atlanta, they're not going to probably do much at the deadline. The only person they're going to probably sell is DeJounte Murray, possibly. Another team that's probably going to sell is the Brooklyn Nets, I feel like, because the Nets, they went from 6th seed last year to now they're 11th right now, so they're probably going to seem like big sellers at the trade deadline. Also, Malcolm Brogdon, former Celtic who's in Portland, he would definitely get shipped somewhere during the trade deadline, as Portland is nowhere near sniffing the playoffs, so they'll probably trade him, trying to get some draft capital at the deadline. Teams that definitely should start looking into buying, possibly Oklahoma City Thunder, as they're a young team and they have a couple picks to dispose of for sure. I can see a team like the Sacramento Kings doing it, as they're fifth seed right now, so they're like just outside the top 3 bubble where they were last year. So I can see them making a splash, trying to get back to where they once were. And honestly, the only other team I can see making a huge move would be like the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, because you got the Bucks and Celtics with huge, crazy teams. I could see Philly attempting to make a move. Possibly not. But yeah.
Yeah, I gotta agree. DeJounte Murray from the Hawks. That's the biggest talk going around right now. Is that a lot of teams are looking at him. I don't know. I think if I'm in Atlanta, I don't want to get rid of him. So, all right, we're gonna take a real quick break, and we will be right back with some new Red Sox stuff, Worcester Red Sox stuff, and then some Red Sox stuff.
Run away, love, run away, love, run away, love, run away, love, run away, love.
No matter how long you've been gone, you need to know there's people who want to help you get home. Every year, it's estimated that there are more than 2 million runaways trying to make it on the streets. One is too many for me. To get you home, call 1-800-RUNAWAY. The National Runaway Switchboard keeps it simple and confidential. And Greyhound's got your free ticket home. It's the Home Free program that gets you back to those that need you back. So don't wait. Come home. Call 1-800-RUNAWAY. The National Runaway Switchboard, Greyhound, and the Ludacris Foundation care. Period.
Run away, love. Don't keep running away. I'll run away with you if you want me to.
Yeah.
The Worcester Red Sox and Mantis Staffing Solutions, the official staffing agency of the Woo Sox, will present the 4th annual Polar Park Job Fair this Saturday, February 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Registration is not required for the DCU Club event at 100 Madison Street.
The Boston Red Sox mourn the loss of former manager Jimmy Williams, who passed away on Friday at the age of 80 in Florida after a brief illness. In his 5 seasons as Red Sox manager, Williams led the club to a 414 and 352 record, a 540 mark, which ranks 8th of the franchise's all-time managerial games and wins list, following his 78, 84, 481 record in his first season as Boston's manager in 1997. He led the Red Sox to back-to-back postseason berths in 1998 and 1999. Williams finished second in American League Manager of the Year voting in 98, before winning the award in 99, when his club went 95 and 68, a 5.80 winning percentage, and won the American League Division Series over Cleveland.
The Boston Red Sox have added 13 non-roster invitees to the team's 2024 spring training roster. Pitchers Luis Guerrero, Justin Hageman, Alex Hope, AJ Pilati, and Chase Sugar. Catchers Nathan Hickey, Mark Colozavari, I probably butchered his name, Roberto Perez, and Stephen Scott. And fielders Chase Majoriath, Nick Sogard, and Nick York, and then outfielder Corey Rozier. Once again, apologies for all the name butchering I most likely did.
The New England Revolution have required $75,000 in 2024 General Allocation Money, or GAM, and $100,000 in 2025 GAM from Charlotte FC in exchange for the 2024 international roster spot. The Revolution gained the international roster slot after forward Giacomo Veroni received his United States permanent residence card, or green card, in January.
Also reported by our own Darryl Harding Sr., the Worcester Red Sox announced that they will be establishing a Woo Sox Hall of Fame in 2024. This is their 4th season at Fuller Park, and the Woo Sox Hall of Fame will recognize the outstanding careers and contributions of former or current Woo Sox players, managers, coaches, broadcasters, and executives, as well as others who have been instrumental in the history of the Worcester Red Sox.
Run
All right, welcome back to News Talk New England Monday Night Sports Talk. I'm Tiffany Williams alongside DJ Harding and Stephen Ure, the third. And this is the segment I love the most because this is when we give Stephen and DJ 60 seconds to rant about one topic, just one topic in sports. They get 60 seconds, and this is unsportsmanlike. Stephen, go with you.
Well, I did have 2 topics, but I'll talk about the one that nobody really... I'm not going to talk about that. I was going to talk about Taylor Swift, but I'm not going to go there. Let's talk about the Ravens and the Chiefs. Oh, the refs are... The Chiefs must be paying the refs because, you know, you can see how the calls are all going against Baltimore. Okay. Again, we mentioned this when we were talking about the championship game. Did you see that play? I don't remember who it was. But somebody, as Patrick Mahomes was scrambling and then threw it to Kelsey, he got hit, literally punched him in the face mask. You can't do that. In the words of Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber, you can't do that. The fumble. in the end zone by Zay Flowers. You can't do that if you want to win the game. And even before the fumble out of the end zone, covered by Kansas City, by the way, the taunting on the 52-yard catch by Zay Flowers. You can't do that. Tiff mentioned it. The Ravens, they beat themselves. I mean, come on. Everybody loves to talk about the refs. And I said this once on a podcast. It was during the last year's championship game. It was. And the Chiefs, it was the same thing last year. Everybody talk about the refs are favoring the Chiefs in the championship game. No. What happened last year was Joe Burrow threw two bad interceptions at that while his team was trailing. That's why the Bengals lost the AFC title game last year. Why did the Ravens lose the AFC title game this year? Taunting. Fumble in the end zone. Interception in the end zone. Miscues. Penalties. The Ravens beat themselves in this game. I don't want to hear about the referees and they did nothing wrong. Clean game by the refs. The Ravens beat themselves, and that is my unsportsmanlike for this week.
Well, my quote for today is, oh my goodness me. Okay, hold on. My brain froze. All right. The quote of the day from my rant: you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I almost messed up the quote, so my brain froze. The Kansas City Chiefs. Honestly, I don't give it all the hate's about. I mean, besides, she should not be named in the press box. All of America's really hating them, like they used to do the Patriots. And as a former stormtrooper, as I call myself when the Patriots were considered the Empire, I don't understand why everybody's mad at greatness. Actually, in the history class, we've had an interesting question pitched by my friend Khalil, where he said, can you be dominant and good? And honestly, I think the answer is no, because I really find the Chiefs hate a little fun. So this is less of a rant, more of just a caps off to you guys. Because capital to the Chiefs, because you've done so well over the years that you've now made all of football and all of America absolutely hate you. So as much as I, as a person who now want to see 49ers win, and have now this week joined the Empire, I say once again, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
We at Rodenheiser Home Services have a new BFF, arriving just in time to celebrate summer. Smiley Ball and the Worcester Red Sox are here with us to have fun. But there is plenty of room in this park, and spending time with friends and family is what this friendship is all about. So come be our friends too. Celebrate summer with the Woo Sox and Rodenheiser Home Services, your trusted plumbing, heating, AC, electric, and remodeling BFFs since 1928.
It's time for compassion.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Monday Night Sports Talk here on News Talk New England, presented by M&T Bank, and I finally got it right that time. Let's get to some ABA here. What a weekend. Oh, my goodness gracious. I wish I had been out there this weekend for one of these games. Unfortunately, times are tough, and plus, well, I won't get into anything else. But anyway, let's talk about the ABA. Two huge upsets this weekend here in the New England area, also known as the ABA's East region. And let me tell you, big upsets. The New Hampshire Kings went into the Springfield Boys and Girls Club and took down the number 14 4-1-3 lead, 123-103. That is a big upset for a second-year team who didn't even have a home venue last year. So a big win for the Kings. Again, the New Hampshire Kings defeated the 4-1-3 elite out in Springfield. That's a road win for the Kings, 123-103. But the bigger upset, oh man, we'll talk about hail to the king. Oh my goodness gracious, the Bridgeport Kings They pulled off a monumental upset. They defeated the Garden State Warriors out of Newark, New Jersey, and Bridgeport 117 to 116. And when I found this, I was like, "Whoa, my God, that's an upset! That's like Cavs over the Warriors Game 7 2016 Finals upset." Because Bridgeport, I mean, they're having a great second season themselves, but they are not doing as good as the New Hampshire Kings are. Of course, credit to the Bridgeport Kings for finding themselves a home venue as well. They play a Holy Trinity Church in Bridgeport. But again, the Garden State Warriors, if you know the ABA, you know what a strong team the Garden State Warriors are, formerly known as the Jersey Express. A huge upset for the Bridgeport Kings, 117-116 over the Garden State Warriors. Of course, both Kings went on to lose their Sunday games in blowout fashion. But Saturday, 123-103, the New Hampshire Kings over the 413 Elite, and the Bridgeport Kings, a huge upset over the Garden State Warriors, 117-116.
All right, welcome back to Monday Night Sports Talk on News Talk. I'm Tiffany Williams, and this is my final call. 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, because last week we had the storm, so we didn't have a show.
Right.
So, in my final call, I gave my top 30 athletes in New England sports. And I challenged you, and I challenged DJ to give y'all's top 30. So first we're going to go with DJ's top 30, and then we're going to go with your top 30, see if you guys did your homework.
So I'm going first?
Yep.
All right, yippee. I'm really excited about this. All right, so I'm going to work backwards. I think it's more fun and more anticipation with it. So coming in at number 30, I got Patriots receiver Tyquan Ford. I feel like the speedster, I got to give him some credit. 29, I got Sam Hauser from the Boston Celtics. Also, note here, you said young, so I kind of if they were over 30, I kind of didn't put them on the list for the most part. So just keep that in mind, people. 28, I got Mamadou Mbaye from the Mass Pirates. Also 27, coming in another Pirate, Isaac Zico. 26 and 25, I got two, young Celtics. I got Jordan Walsh. And then 25, I got J.D. Davidson, who actually today, folks, was put in the G League All-Star game, the Up Next game. So credit to him. Shout out to him. 24, got a little hockey in there with David Pastrnak. I'm hoping I didn't butcher his last name. 23, even though he's not here no more, give me Jimmy Robinson from the Mass Pirates. I mean, that kid had such a season. I feel like he has to sneak a list. But since he's not here, he's a little lower. 22 and 21, I got a Wu Sox duo of Emmanuel Valdez and David Hamilton. 20, give me Josh Uche of the New England Patriots. 19, give me Willer Abreu, another Wu Sox guy up and coming. 18 and 17, give me some bench players off the Connecticut Sun, Olivia Nelson-Ododa and Ty Harris. 16, I went with a guy, I think this is a little bit of underrated pick, but Jelani Tavai, that Patriots defense. There's a lot of Patriots defenders on here because I feel like Patriots defense actually was pretty decent, all things considered, this season. 15, give me Natisha Hyman. I mean, I think not much to say about her. I mean, can I get some starting point guard? Heck of a season. 14, give me Jawan Bentley. 13, give me people want to be an all-star. Unfortunately, I'm assuming because of the deep guards in the East, he won't be. But 13, give me Derek White. Number 12, give me You Lucky We Stink, Jabril Peppers. I don't know if people can get that joke from Mic'd Up this season, but maybe my favorite part of the season was listening to that. 11A, give me 3 Janae, Dejanay Carrington. Number 10, give me one of those top prospects from out the Woo Sox, Marcelo Meyer. Number 9, a personal favorite here, and secretly the best rookie receiver we've ever seen in the Bill Belichick era. Give me DeMario Douglas. Number 8, you're going to give me Christian Barmore. I mean, PFF was saying he was one of the greatest interior defensive linemen this past season. And then another Patriots guy, give me Kyle Duggar. Because I tell you, that Patriots defense, secretly, allowing 10 points in 3 straight games is pretty nuts. At 6, I watched him go from AA to MLB personally myself. Give me Cedon Rafaela. At 5 and 4, give me 2 Patriots defenders who got injured this season, but are definitely some of the best athletes in the city right now, with Christian Gonzalez and Matthew Judon. Number 3, I feel like this is a very simple one here. With Rafael Devers, I mean, for all he is, the team is the Red Sox right now. Number 2, to the surprise of nobody, give me Jaylen Brown. And at number 1, the best athlete in this city, bar none, my light-skinned, bearded brother, Jason Tatum. There's my list.
Jimmy Robinson at 23?
Jimmy Robinson at 23? What do they put in the food at Howard University? What? You think? No, he's still part of New England sports. So you can put him down at a lower number. DJ. I'm gonna send this to DJ. I'm gonna send this to Jimmy Robinson. I'm like, he put you at 23.
I think I heard something about bench players. No, nothing against bench players for the Connecticut Sun, but they had like 15. I'm like, huh?
But you had no Woo Sox players on there.
No Red Sox.
Yeah, but no Woo Sox, and there was no.
I heard Rafael Devers.
That was it.
I mean,
Devers was 3rd.
Yeah. I heard Sogard,
what about
too.
Pablo Reyes?
I like Sogard.
Wow. All right. DJ gave you his top 30 today. Steven, you're going to be with us next week?
Yeah, sorry, folks. You're going to have to wait till next week to get mine.
All right. We will be... for Monday Night Sports Talk, I'm Tiffany Williams. And remember, folks, you don't have to be you don't have to be perfect. Just be yourself. Be sure to tune in to Monday Night Sports Talk on iHeartRadio and all podcast locations where you can listen to your podcasts. And until next week, cherry on, America.
How about those Chiefs?